This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy with an afternoon high around 59. Tonight, increasing cloud cover and light winds, below around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with calm wind and an afternoon high around 71. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lincoln's newest restaurant isn't just a typical sports bar. It's the sports bar for so many reasons. Liquid Asset Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln has 23 beers on tap and 36 TVs featuring all things sports from MLB to soccer to golf and more, and football, of course, in the fall. Stop by for their grand opening this Friday, March 14th, and enjoy great food and drink selection at Lincoln's newest go-to, Liquid Asset Sports Bar and Grill at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning.
Facts don't lie. Wrestling is a pretty big deal in the Big Ten, so it's a pretty big deal to us.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction. Here is your host, Mark Manning.
Oh, man. I thank you all for hanging out with us on Tuesdays here on The Ticket. Greatly appreciate all the commentary, all the sharing of information. I'm glad we can put this project out to see and allow folks to have access to it. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit us up. What's happening, Coach? And we will include you in the conversation. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo channel 961. The room got tougher and got better looking. So, yeah, it's a good day to jump on the stream. Before we introduce the most of coaches, Austin Norman, let them know how we make this thing happen.
It happens because of Stevens & Smith Construction. They're an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees and over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've got locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. You can check them out at Stevens, STEPHENS, and Smith.com.
It is time. Let's bring him on. He had quite the weekend, but, I would imagine from the coach's standpoint, he's still hungry and thirsting for more. Let's bring in head coach Mark Manning. Coach, have you recovered yet?
I'm about halfway there.
Yeah. Coach, listen, I'm okay. Full disclosure for folks. Mark Manning and this wrestling program invited me to be along, to ride shotgun and kind of witness this whole thing up close. And it helps me talk to you about it, to talk to fans about why they should be supporting this program specifically in full, this wrestling program, because what I was given access to and what I witnessed was maybe the most impressive coaching job I've seen. And I've seen coaches all over the country at all different levels. And for you to manage this group, after putting this group together, developing this group, managing this group, and then leading this group to the performance that I witnessed up close and personal. Kind sir, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for what you do for these young men, because I saw and heard some things that told me how much love you shower them with. And it's authentic love.
Yep.
And I'm appreciative that you would invite me in. You allow me to kind of rub elbows and see the process, but you have to be proud of your young men after that performance in Indiana.
Yeah,
Chicago.
we had a really good performance last weekend, and it was obviously very exhausting emotionally. These guys go through a lot of ups and downs. Their goals all year: be a Big Ten champion, be a qualifier for the NCAA tournament. But reach your highest level there at the Big Ten tournament. And then, get ready to go here in the next 10 days, go to Philly for the NCAA tournament. And it was great having you there, DP, to really see the ins and outs, these guys making weight. And then boom, 2 hours later, you have to buckle it up, boy, because it doesn't matter what you did during the year. You have to prove yourself in this tournament. And obviously the Big Ten wrestling is the Premier League and conference in wrestling nationally. So, you're gonna face the best of the best. It's like facing guys in the quarterfinals and semifinals and maybe national finals a lot of ways at the Big Tens. So you have to get ready to do it again here in 10 days. So it's really proud of this group. Absolutely. We weren't surprised with how we finished. I had a lot of people in wrestling reached out about, man, amazing performance. If you watched us during the year, I thought we pretty much exhibited a lot of the same, characteristics. Our team competed really hard. They fought to the end every second, and the matches we did lose. We were just one takedown away. We were just one little mistake away. And so it wasn't like we were getting blown out. We put up a lot of bonus points, which is, I think we scored about 30 bonus points. So really proud of our team. They just wrestled really aggressively. And we kind of had a motto going into this weekend and next weekend is a Bible verse, 2 Timothy 1:7, not to wrestle with, God gave us a spirit to wrestle, not with being timid, but be, with power, love, and discipline. And our team really exhibited that and really proud of how they competed. And sure, we lost some heartbreakers, but we won a lot of heartbreakers too, I'd say, right?
Yeah,
and,
100%.
And, obviously up and down the lineup, we performed really well. And it wasn't a surprise to us. We knew we could give, Penn State a run, and, a lot of people don't. And we were on the hunt.
Well, there was a moment in day one where you look up at the scoreboard, team standings, and Nebraska was sitting on top. And for me to hear Iowa fans, to hear Michigan fans, to hear Ohio State fans cheering for Nebraska, because it validated to them one that if you put in the work, you can challenge the program of all programs.
Yeah.
And they put down, it was a matter of respect. Even at the hotel, there were so many wrestling fans from other cities just saying, man, Nebraska is impressive. Like, it's impressive. And I know it's on purpose.
Yeah.
But you said a thing, you just used Timothy in your discussion. And here's the thing I didn't know about you or about your young men. I knew about the young men sort of because they've shared that with me.
Mhm.
But this is a deeply faithful, connected group. And
Yeah.
there are 3 young men of color who all think of you as a faith leader and as a father. To have them say that you've taken them to church. Coach Manning, you understand how rare that is in this world that we live in now, to have somebody that not only will make the choice to lead and be a role model, but then to actually live it in full. Kind sir, you're an impressive man. Thank you for doing what you do.
It's do what God wants me to do, and that's what coaches should do, and that's what that's just how I was raised, and just hey. I love my guys, and it's not superficial. It's deep, like you said. And, it's how they compete. And I'm just part of their journey, and my staff, we're along to help these guys in every way they can. And, development is not just on the wrestling mat. It's off the mat. It's in all areas of your life. And that's what I think sometimes gets misunderstood. Like, hey, what is development? Development says, getting a better single leg, but getting really good on top, getting really good on bottom. But at the end of the day, it's getting your mind right and ready to compete. You can't be on the cruise ship. You got to be on the battleship. In our sport, you got to get battle ready, and you got to be ready to give it your all. And faith comes into that, and we all have a spirit within us. We just have to bring it out within us. It's great to say, hey, I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda, but you didn't, right? And so, it's not always good to be the guy going to the bar and saying, well, I could have been that guy 10 years ago. And, you got to go and do it when you get opportunity. And I think our team has really risen up that way this year. And a lot of our guys have grown up and realized, hey, this is these are special times. You don't get them back. And so they're making the most of that, and they're really staying connected. They're staying in the moment. And, we got to recalculate now after a tough weekend of high emotion, high competition. Let these guys relax a little bit and then get back to work and get them ready to fire next weekend.
So getting back Sunday, and then what was your choice? Was it giving them some time to just kind of exhale, uncoil, unwrap from all of that? What was Monday like for your guys?
Monday was go to class and then get to rest. And yesterday and to this morning we saw and we did some recovery. That's it. We Pablo allowed us to jump in the pool and get our bodies a little loosened up and relax and did a lot of stretching. And that's it. We don't need too much. We'll get on the mat tomorrow, but not go too crazy. So, and then we'll hit them harder here the end of this weekend. So
going to nationals, Philadelphia, 10 days, give or take. And then there's the travel and all of the media things that have to go on, all of those things. But there is the recovery. And the recovery is multi-tiered, multi-layered, because you don't go through that gauntlet of a Big Ten tournament without marks and scars and bumps and bruises. And you don't go through it eating at the highest level. You're trying to maintain, right? You're trying to stay close to maximum, whatever that is for each kid, right? Depending on size, weight class, etc. And then the emotional fatigue that happens from having to be at your best for 3 consecutive days. That recovery means a lot of things, Coach.
Yeah.
What is recovery for you?
Recovery is what you mentioned, DP. Physically, we have some guys banged up. Jacob Van D, he got spiked on his head, was in concussion protocol. He didn't wrestle the last day, but he's fine now. He's going to be back on the mat tomorrow, and he's recovered. But then we have a couple other guys, Christopher Mento, his ankle, and Lenny Pinto has got a bad toe. You think, oh, just a toe, but it's on his foot where he put his big toe. So, Dr. Meredith kind of taking care of those two guys, and we're really grateful for Dr. Meredith being, along with us on our trip, and he's coming to nationals with us, and that's a huge asset to being able to have someone there that can help our guys, give them relief from pain in a big moment, because that you don't get that time back. So that's really, really thankful. And those guys are seeing Dr. Meredith today, and so they'll be back in the mat in a couple days, and most of our other guys are in good shape. So we came through pretty much unscathed, and that's a tough tournament to come through. And so just getting your body ready to go as far as recovery wise, but then allowing your mind to just get back, relax, and let the emotion clear your body, because that you work so hard for it. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, and that pressure creates an enormous amount of emotion in your whole body, and you feel it, and you need that break.
How many matches total? Out. How many matches total for your 10 wrestlers this week? Like 40.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
60, I think 62 or something. I think one of our assistants said, 62.
Austin, here's the thing. Imagine wrestling one match and all of the synapse firing, all of the clenching and unclenching, the fighting yourself to move as you want your guy to move, and then multiply that by 62. That's Mark Manning's weekend.
got a human-sized spatula. You scrape me off the mat with that.
Like, that's Mark. Like, I just wanted to hug him and just go, okay, I'm just gonna just lean on me for a minute, bro, because you are going through it. And Manning is not a sit down and watch coach. That's not how this goes down. Mark Manning wrestles every match, every move. Fair to say, Coach?
Yeah, I used to say, hey, I'm 3 C's, cool, calm, and confident, but it doesn't work out that way. I wish I could say that. That sounds cool,
right?
But that's probably not me. I'd be lying like a banshee,
and then to watch, how competitive is it between the coaches?
Oh man,
because the way y'all look at each other.
Oh yeah, you want to bite each other's ear off,
right?
It's like, hey, let's have a throw down here, and then I go 7 minutes, maybe 1 minute,
right? Like, just to work some things out, right?
That could be reality TV.
Oh, that would be. Hey, listen, especially in the Big Ten Conference, there's some dudes. Austin, here's the thing about if you go to,
you're gonna have Big Ten Wrestling Plus, and that means 1 minute. This coach against this coach.
Yep.
1 minute.
Yep.
Who's the first coach you're sending out on the mats?
I'll send Tervel. He's the biggest.
Tervel is.
No one's gonna whip him.
Tervel is much watch television. Hey, listen. There's a moment, and we'll get to the text line. The texter asked the question about the challenge break.
Oh yeah.
But there's several moments this weekend where I worried about the official and the opposing coach, because Tervel. First of all, there's Snyder, and Snyder looks like he's been waiting for an excuse to take somebody down. Yeah. Like, that's not wearing Husker colors. Yeah. And then Manning is just stomping and barking and snorting, and then Tervel makes the mat shake. Like he just walks through, and it is who wants some. That it's in full. The one moment there were several moments.
Yeah.
Lenny's match, end of early round one, where there was a controversial a call, and I thought I was going to have to jump the ledge and get in front of Manning to go after the official, and the official was having a tough session. Like he was having a tough day, and you gave it to him. What is your theory on the brick challenge? Is it that you've seen a thing that you absolutely know to be true, or you're not sure? You don't want to waste the challenge.
Yeah. No.
But what are the rules, and then what is your thinking on using the brick challenge?
Yeah, you can really throw the brick whenever you want. If you think something is egregious and say, hey, I want to challenge this. I thought it was a takedown, not a takedown, not an escape, and reversal, whatever, loss of control. And you can throw that challenge brick whenever. You got 3 for the tournament. So once you use it, though, it's done. If you don't win the challenge, you don't get that brick back. So the Big Ten is always coming each round and telling you, you got 2 challenges.
You got 2 left.
You got 1 left. You got none left. And so, you got to throw it at the right time. And you try, you're always trying to win that because you don't want to use them up. Because, we had a whole nother day to go after Saturday.
They give you 3
Sunday
for the whole tournament.
For the tournament. Yep.
Oh, good heavens, man.
Yeah. And so if you win it, you're fine.
Right. If you lose it, you're done.
Yeah, you're George Washington. You're in history. Yeah. You got to use them wisely. And so.
But you challenge verbally without the brick anyway.
Well, yeah. So, there's definitely an element of there's some coaches, they don't even throw the brick. They just walk right over and start challenging at the head table. So yeah, there's always, wrestling's a very emotional sport. It's a fight. And I always say it's a street fight with rules, And,
this is the modern day gladiator.
Yeah, it is.
Right, to watch.
Yeah.
And here's the thing I will say for those of you that are pondering whether you should book your ticket to Philadelphia and watch this tournament, absolutely do it. Austin, here's the thing about wrestlers and wrestlers' families.
Oh, yeah.
I have never been in a space where every person in the building talks like a wrestler. That the dads who used to wrestle in college still wrestle. Right? That imagine 1,500 Mark Mannings walking around waiting for somebody to make a mistake, right? And it's all of these old dudes who are they're all the dude. Wherever they were, they were the dude. And all the coaches were formerly dudes. And they're walking around hey, I haven't thrown anybody all day, buddy.
You want to make it one?
You want to be my guy? And I literally, Mark Manning, I have never been more impressed by a group of human beings over the course of a weekend to watch this wrestling family, this wrestling community get together and pay respect to each other. Y'all are special, man.
Yeah, it's good. It was great. We had, like you mentioned, we had a lot of great fans there, and then all our parents were there and support our guys, and it's really, really special. It's really good. So we're gonna have a big group. I think we have, if anyone wants tickets, I think we have 8 NCAA tickets left out of a 350. I think
you have 6.
6.
You have 7. You have 7.
7. Okay. Brandon, Texas, there you go.
It's like Snyder, man. Come on. Get your. I have to say that in trying to get eyes on behind the curtain, so you allowed me to look behind the Wizard of Oz curtain to kind of see the magic that happens. And the reality is, I was so intrigued and locked in on nutrition and recovery in that space because what time did you get to the building?
Well, we go in two different groups. The weight cutting group has to go early,
Yeah.
6:15 was 9:00 weigh-in.
Yeah.
We left at 6:15, and then the other group left at 8. I didn't have to cut much weight. So,
Right.
So you have to be down to weight. You got to stop cutting weight at 8:45, and they do a skin check, and then weigh-ins at 9, and then wrestle 2 hours later.
So talk about the skin check, because it is such a unique thing for wrestling.
Yeah, you don't want to have someone spreading something, skin wise, around other teams.
Well, staph infections are big, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing, right?
Yeah, it's a thing. So we are always on the top of our guys about making sure they're being as cleansly as possibly, because you don't want to spread something throughout your team and spread like wildfire. So
Yeah.
they do a skin check there, and every once in a while you see someone might get disqualified at, like, say, NCAA tournament or Big Ten tournament, but very rarely. But most people understand what it's all about. You got to take care of your body, and then then recovery, like you mentioned, what to eat and drink after weigh-ins. It's a big important thing, because you got to do it again the next day.
Yeah.
You get 1 pound allowance. You get to weigh 1 pound bigger than you did on Saturday. So Caleb Smith, 125, he could weigh 126 the next day, but you're doing some work when you get back to the hotel. You're going up to the workout room, and
they're working in between bouts.
Yeah.
I mean, the big mat. So Austin, imagine a room as big as the Mill, like the Ox Gym, with mats everywhere, and every team has
and no spaces. Coach Snyder told me last week.
Well, how about that, right? That you're in it. The Husker space is about as big as the studio, but you've got a whole team and its coaches. You've got a table of things.
Yeah.
What's on the table? Right, the table of things for players to snack on, to nibble on.
Yeah.
Mainly, it's coaches. The athletes are ignoring it for the most part, and it's coaches and friends and family who are at the table more than the wrestlers.
Oh yeah, just a bunch of fruit, bunch of stuff they can digest easy. All the fruit, bananas, a lot of berries, a lot of grapes, a lot of stuff that they can just instantly can get in their system, and then maybe sandwich meat or soup. Is really good. Something that's light in their stomach, and it's going to be really easily digestible, and then some sandwich, meats and
it's just
cheeses.
Meat. It's just meat, Austin. It's just meat. There was
My
no
people.
bread. There was no bread being consumed. It was just meat.
A lot of meat. Yeah.
I mean, there's some real grunting and moaning going on over there, Austin. If
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, that type of thing. Yeah.
Like, it is there. And if you reach, don't reach, first of all. Never reach around a wrestler anyway, because they're going to take it personal. But if you only worse than that is reaching when they're reaching for food, because then there's going to be an issue and there's going to be a problem. We'll go to break. We'll come back. I want to give Coach Manning an opportunity to celebrate this roster of young men, and we will go through the two Big Ten champions, the two runners-up, and the 9 Huskers who have qualified for nationals, and what this week is going to be like for them. He's Mark Manning. I'm DP. This is Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 18th is 15% off Wickster seafood, 25% off Meat Mitch spices and sauces, corned beef for $9.99 per pound, and discounted Reuben brats while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
I'm Chief Dave Engler. When a fire truck hits a pothole with 12 tons of fast-moving equipment and crew, it's a problem. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue Lincoln's quarter-cent sales tax for street improvements. A vote against eliminates the street funding. A vote for will not raise your taxes and keeps the funding in place. And better roads means faster response times. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com.
We use our Lincoln streets every day, and so do first responders. But visitors and out-of-town commuters also do. A 1/4-cent sales tax for streets passed by voters in 2019 makes those commuters pay about $6 million a year to improve streets. On your ballot in April is a measure to continue it. A vote against means no more funds from commuters. A vote for will not raise your taxes, and commuters still pay. Learn more at LincolnOnTheMove.com. Paid for by the City of Lincoln.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Lincoln's newest restaurant isn't just a typical sports bar. It's the sports bar for so many reasons. Liquid Asset Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln has 23 beers on tap and 36 TVs featuring all things sports, from MLB to soccer to golf and more, and football, of course, in the fall. Stop by for their grand opening this Friday, March 14th, and enjoy great food and drink selection at Lincoln's newest go-to, Liquid Asset Sports Bar and Grill at 27th and Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
He is Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, and we appreciate him joining us. But first, before we get back into the conversation, Austin Orman, let him know how we make it happen.
The great people that make this happen are from Stevens and Smith Construction. They sponsor Takedown Tuesdays here on The Ticket. Stevens and Smith is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company. They specialize in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've got locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. You can check them out at Stevens, STEPHENS, and Smith.com.
I have to say that Mark Manning came through because he has singlets that he's going to have signed. One will go on the walls of The Ticket, and one will go to the fine folks of Stevens and Smith. So thank you, Coach, for doing that. And we Austin
Thank
and
you,
I,
Stevenson Smith.
yes,
You're awesome.
And Austin and I are going to just take a day. We're going to take a day after practice, and we're going to go through your gear, your swag closet.
Yeah,
we're just gonna rage. We're just gonna rage, man.
I'll bring my shopping cart.
And we're both size 14 shoes, so we literally could go. I know there aren't that many size 14 wrestlers. There are not.
No,
Tervel is the only one that I can think of.
He's not that big, but Nash was.
Yeah.
We might have some leftover from Nash.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm going to talk about. And there's lots of things, and it's eye-opening to know the inner workings of how this thing's put together, to listen to the other programs talk about how much money and resource they're putting into the wrestling program. And I think if Nebraska wrestling fans, and Austin, I'm going to say this out loud and clearly, if Nebraska wrestling fans, the fanatics that are on this text line and in this community, if they knew the amount of money that it would take for Nebraska to win a national title in wrestling, they would write checks today. They would write checks today. And I'm going to give you permission to reach out to Mark Manning directly. Find him, because the difference, what he has done with this program compared to the amount of money that some of these other programs are putting into it. Wow. Coach Manning, I'm just saying, you're making chicken salad out of chicken poop. Sir, it's time to get the full chicken salad budget.
There we go.
It's time to get the full budget. From the text line, question for you, Coach Manning: Does the change in takedown scoring this past year change your perspective on the type of wrestler you recruit?
Yeah, great, wonderful question from the text line there. That I love that question. Absolutely. So when we go to recruit, we want guys that are very offensive. So we have some young men coming into our program. Jake Hockaday, 4-time state champ from state of Indiana. Cade Ziola from Omaha Scott here, very offensive. Ty Ice. All these guys are very offensive guys, and that's what we look for. We don't want to try to take a guy that's a running quarterback and make him a passing quarterback. So you want to look for that. And some kids are really good. They're good. It's not, but we want to go out and dominate. You want to get 4 or 5 takedowns. Some kids aren't willing to go and do that. And so it's tough to teach that to someone if that's not kind of their normal, habit. Right. And so we want guys that want to put up points and be aggressive and look for back points, pin people. I mean, everyone wants that, but you got to look for it. Right. You got to scout that and see who's willing to do that. And then can I take this guy and hey, he's pretty offensive. Can I make him more offensive?
There is a moment that happens in some situations, especially high vibrancy situations, Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
But more so, I noticed this weekend. You have a conflict, an internal conflict that happens when your wrestler has come from behind, gets a lead, and then there's 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
And they're standing. And everything in Mark Manning's soul wants this young man to go attack. But the coach in him is just screaming, don't screw this up. How do you handle that, Coach? How do you handle it?
You just got to let them do their thing. If they haven't practiced that, and it's a lot of situational wrestling. It's a lot like football. Hey, 3rd and 8, and I got four linebackers blitzing me. Well, how are you going to react? Can you make that play? And that's what our deal is. Like what you're talking about. Your Brock Hardy's up 9-8 on defending national champ from Ohio State. He ain't going down quietly.
Right.
That last 18 seconds can make you feel like it's 2 minutes.
It's a
you're
thing,
warding
right?
off a guy that he's coming at you. his dream, his goal is on the line right there. And you got to be in fighting mode. You got to be well trained and make sure that you don't freeze up in those times. It's easy to freeze up. And so just getting our guys to get back in that mode, this next weekend is going to be, it's fun. It's fun.
As a coach and as a fan, you're not supposed to have a favorite. Like they're like your kids. They're all your favorite.
Yeah.
They're all your favorites. Except you have some incredible young men.
Yeah.
And from Caleb Smith to Harley, there's not one unlovable human being in that group of 10.
Yeah.
You listen, Caleb Smith makes you root for him out loud. That with the lungs of a giant.
Yeah.
From the incubator, right?
Yeah, he's a goer, man. He's a little dude, but he's got a heart of gold, but he's nonstop. I mean, his cardio is amazing. He doesn't get tired. He's like what I always say, he's like a rat on a Cheeto, man. He's on you. I mean, he's coming at you.
Yeah.
And so I love it. I love the pace that he wrestles with. And he just wears a lot of people out. He's going to give it his all. And that's what I mean, he's a igniter on our team. That guy's going to go out the NCAA tournament. He's going to set the tone for our team. 125, and then they're going to go 133. And, we couldn't have a better guy than Caleb Smith start our team off and be aggressive, go out there and light the board on fire, and so we love it.
He's a party starter, and his heart.
Oh, man.
He's all heart.
Yeah.
I watched Jacob Vendy. He's 100% dog.
Yeah.
And it just like in my head, I have full visual of Jacob Vendy shocking the world.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when. He's going to shock the world, isn't he?
Yes. I really think so. He had unfortunate situation happen where he got knocked out there. So this weekend, but really what I told him after the tournament, hey, it's your best wrestling's ahead of you next weekend, so Jacob's going to recalculate and he's already ready to go. I saw him today and he's already got that, Erie, Pennsylvania attitude of, hey, I'm coming for you. So it's great. That's what you love about these guys and this team. They love the sport. They love to compete. And, we got a bunch of competitors and couldn't be more blessed and just super excited about these guys, how they're going to finish this season.
A 2-time Big Ten champion in Ridge Lovett. Back to back, getting it done. He seems to have no memory of anything negative that's ever happened. He's accepted everything as a lesson, and he carries no negativity in how he approaches each match. It's phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, he did an amazing job. And, a lot of, he had to go, he's got a tough weight in the Big Ten nationally, just like Brock does. All the toughest guys are at his weight class. And, he wrestled those guys well. And, he beat Parco from Iowa for the first time.
Dominated
People
Parco.
Never thought he could get over.
Yeah.
And he was aggressive from the start. Like you mentioned, he didn't let that loss over at Iowa City cause him to be, freak out and not compete hard. He made some adjustments, in his mind. And like what you mentioned, he made that adjustment in his mind because he didn't let it hang on and he beat him twice. You got to be smarter. And we talk a lot about that. Don't let big moments reoccur, and you have to think different. Don't think the same, right? That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over. You got to take a different path. you know.
Ridge was the first to acquire these new Big Ten championship straps, right? Like
and I couldn't get it today because neither Brock or Ridge brought it in.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We're not.
We'll
Listen,
get it.
I'm here all week.
Yeah.
I'm here all week. Whenever they get 5 minutes, I need. We need to hug and have that strap over the shoulder. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
But has there anybody that's had the full experience like Brock Hardy?
Man. Wow. He, you know what? He came into the tournament really, I don't think anyone thought he was going to probably win it because Mendez was returning national champion and Bartlett had beat us during the year, the Penn State guy, and Bartlett had beat Mendez. So, Brock had a tough route. He had to beat Mendez to make the Big Ten finals. And Bartlett got upset by the Minnesota guy, Ron Bauer, who we had a tough match with. So all those guys are ranked in the top 5. So all 4 of those guys. So Brock wasn't like he had an easy route. He had to wrestle his best.
It is a grinder, man. It is a meat grinder of a conference.
Yeah, and that's the emotional stress. These guys start thinking about it. Going to the Big Ten tournaments, not just Saturday, Sunday. They're thinking about it all last week.
Well, match one of the tournament.
Mind relaxed, and then when they go there, then it's on their mind. They start seeing their opponents. It's natural.
Well, the proximity of working out in the same space and being there. Yeah, you're looking each other in the eye. There's no secrets to that. And that a first round match in the Big Ten conference tournament may be tougher than the national tournament.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So to have that, you have put together such a run in your roster and your lineup that Trelly is a future national champion. It's just a matter of when.
Yep.
Right. And for he and Minto, you want them both to remember. Accept the lesson now, so that you get when the victory happens, it has full meaning for you, and it's gonna happen.
Much sweeter then.
Right.
Much sweeter.
Right.
You got to do it when the biggest thing's on the line, and that's the NCAA tournament. We talk about it all the time in the off season. People remember you in March, right? Basketball, where they whatever, right? It's why Calipari's not at Kentucky anymore. He lost 3 times in a row, right? I'm kind of saying how it is, but they remembered when he won national championships at Kentucky.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And the same thing holds true. You have to step up in March, and you want to be at your best at this time of the year, and we got some guys trending that way. So
I'm not sure that anybody carries Nebraska pride as much as Lenny Pinto. The Raging Bulls, he's so fun. He's so rock solid. It's just great to watch.
Yeah. He's a guy that's just talk about development. He's a different guy than he was a couple of years ago when he started out his career wrestling 184 the last couple of years. And now we got the lean, mean Lenny Pinto. And man, he's just explosive, and he's never out of a match. And obviously people got to see, the semifinals match. If you didn't, go look it up, but man, he was down by a takedown with 6 seconds left and took the guy down, never say die, and wrestled till the end. And Lenny exhibited that, just put the whole stadium on their feet, and really, really fun to watch.
Before we go to break, I do want to ask about Silas Allred, because he's another one that in my head, he's going to have a better national tournament than he had a Big Ten tournament.
Yep. I agree. He lost some heartbreakers, man, some heartbreakers. And, you got to, what you mentioned earlier, you got to learn the lesson and then try to change the outcome next time out.
If you're going to Philly, he's going to be a threat.
Yeah.
He's going to be a threat to come back with a strap as well. We'll go to break. We'll finish up Takedown Tuesdays here on The Ticket with Coach Mark Manning.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy with an afternoon high around 59. Tonight, increasing cloud cover and light winds below around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with calm winds and an afternoon high around 71. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 18th is 15% off Wickster seafood, 25% off Meat Mitch spices and sauces, corned beef for $9.99 per pound, and discounted Reuben brats while supplies last. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you a detail-driven leader with a passion for radio? 93.7 The Ticket in Lincoln, Nebraska is hiring for an operations manager. You'll oversee computerized traffic, programming logs, set on-air schedules, and ensure quality for our content. Plus, you'll train on FCC rules, equipment use, and satellite programming. If you're ready to keep the ticket running smoothly and join the team, apply at theticketfm.com.
Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Immediately following Takedown Tuesdays, it will be Teammates, Demo Nash, Teammates Mentoring Hour, and it's a thing that, and Coach Manning, for your returning athletes, it will be one of my off-season missions to get them in front of those young people.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good for them and certainly good for the young people as well. Austin, one final time, let's shout out our fine friends, please.
Those friends are Stevens and Smith Construction, an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees and over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company. They specialize in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've got locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. You can check them out at Stevens, STEPHENS, and Smith.com.
Coach Manning, after a weekend in Chicago and Evanston, Illinois, you get set your eyes towards Philadelphia. You will take 9 of 10 wrestlers to the national tournament.
Yep.
Could I get an honest answer on whether you're surprised how high or low that number is for the number of wrestlers that qualify for the NCAA tournament? 9.
Yeah, 9 is good. We thought Harley would make it, and Harley just didn't have a good tournament, and a little banged up with his shoulder, but Harley just didn't have the tournament that we thought he would, and he's probably not going to get in. So, the brackets come out tomorrow night, and we'll kind of know. We'll have a whole week, a little bit more than a week to prepare for our first round and all that stuff. But, seeds will come out. There'll be a lot of social media that we kind of have to make sure we coach our guys up, because a lot of wrestling experts out there in the wrestling world will be talking about seeds, and this guy's 3 and this guy's 6. And you know what? I always tell our guys, hey, listen, you never know what seed is going to get knocked off first round, second round. What you think is going to happen won't happen, so you just have to prepare yourself. Is more important than, man, I got to prepare for this guy or this guy, or, a lot of that'll go on that we have to manage here this next week and a half. And it's also fun too, but just get guys in the right frame of mind. But, yeah, nine's a good. We would love to have 10, but our 9 are really strong, and getting a couple of those guys healthy is the most important thing right now, and they're on the mend. And I got a great trainer in Tyler Wida, and Dr. Meredith has been done a super job over the weekend, and then the last couple of days, and taking care of our guys that are banged up. So grateful for that. And yeah, it's fun. It's March.
It may be the best coaching job you've done this season was with your freshmen. Cameron McDaniel really grew right in front of, he blossomed in front of our eyes. Friction is not a foe for him. Friction, he engages, he enhances, and he uses it to propel quite the young man you have.
Yeah, a high character young man. We knew that. Really super hard worker, loves the sport. He took 5th at one of the toughest weight classes in the Big Ten at 197, and he won some great matches on Saturday and Sunday, and then he'll be right there to get on that podium. Cam McDaniel's gonna be in that round of 12. He's gonna be right in that mix, and he's got a big heart, and he really wants it bad. And so it's going to be fun. That's what coaching's all about. Seeing these guys make that jump in their mind. Hey, that determination right now is really, really important.
Stardom doesn't happen overnight. Success doesn't happen overnight.
No.
And Christopher Minto has set the Big Ten Conference on its ear.
Yeah.
Watching the young man just literally stand up, straighten up, and bite like nobody's business. That's one heck of a young man you got there.
Yeah, he's best wrestling is ahead of him here coming up at the NCAA tournament, and we get that ankle back where he was a couple weeks ago. He's going to be a threat too. I really have a lot of belief in Christian. He's another, like you mentioned, he just wants to. He wants it bad. He wants it bad. He's got a big heart. He goes the extra mile, and he's a tremendous young man. So I can't speak any more highly about a guy with character and just how he's raised and a tough upbringing and just the type of person he is. He really represents Nebraska and our program in a first-class manner.
Your program, your team is the accumulation of all of those traits that you just mentioned in its full leadership. A fantastic coaching staff that covers every aspect of this thing, loves the young people in full, loves themselves, and they live accordingly. This university, this town, this state can be 100% in full proud of Nebraska wrestling, courtesy of Mark Manning. Kind sir, thank you for what you do, brother. You are a dude, man. You are an absolute dude. We'll do it again next week before they go to Philly, though. We'll get back together again and take care of that as well, and then we'll make the trip and report.
Go Huskers, man.
Like go Big Red. Teammates coming up here on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Wrestling fans.